Hey everybody, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and welcome to week 13. So believe it or not, we are very close to the end of this course. The end is in sight. Now, what do we got to do this week? Your main work this week is for Project 4. I want you to concentrate mostly on that. And so if you go over to the Unit 4 page, what you'll see is I'm asking you to sign up for a role of someone who's involved in the Rohingya crisis in Myanmar, asking you to do that by Wednesday. It's first come, first serve, so you can do it before Wednesday, get a good role. I'm going to ask you to research that role, find 4 to 6 sources out in the world that help us understand what that person wants, what sort of power they have, what their goals are, how they're constrained in the crisis. Asking for those sources by Friday. And then I'm going to ask you to answer 6 questions that I have written out about the person you've chosen. And they're pretty straightforward questions. Your answers don't need to be all that long, but your answers need to be well thought out, clear, and accurate. I'm not asking you what you would do if you were that person or what you would think if you were that person. I'm asking you what that person, based on the information we have, what that person wants, what that person is trying to accomplish. Okay. Now, aside from all that, we do have some materials this week for week 13. They're pretty minor, but I do want you to pay attention to them because they do a nice job of wrapping up kind of the whole semester, frankly, like putting back together economic and political globalization with maybe a dash of ecology and culture in there as well. And so what we're really focusing on this week is something called Roderick's trilemma. This is something introduced by the economist Danny Roderick. What is a trilemma? A trilemma is a list of 3 things that you want where you can only have 2 of them. You can choose any 2, but you can never get all 3. So for example, because we just finished Thanksgiving, number 1, I want to eat a lot of pie. Number 2, I want to be lazy. I don't want to exercise at all. Number 3, I want to maintain my current weight. I don't want to have to go out and buy new pants because I got larger. Now, I can eat a lot of pie and not exercise, but if I do that, I'm gonna gain weight. I can eat a lot of pie and not gain weight, but that means I have to exercise. Oh! Finally, I cannot gain weight and not exercise, right? I can have the laziness and maintain my weight, but in that case, I don't get to eat a lot of pie, which is frankly a fate worse than death. Now, Roderick's trilemma is, number 1, we want deeper global integration. We want more trade, we want more communications, we want more financial integration from country to country. Number 2, we want national independence. We as Americans want America to make decisions about America. Russia wants to be able to make decisions about Russia. China wants to be able to make decisions about China. And number 3, we want democratic politics. We don't just want America to sort of have independent decisions about America. We want, as citizens of America, to be able to make those decisions collectively. So we want more global integration, national independence, and democratic politics. And what Danny Roderick argues in this week's materials is you can have any 2 of those, but you cannot have all 3. Many of the problems that we see in the world today are a result of governments trying to get all 3 when they can really only choose 2. So, I want you to look at those materials and decide for yourself, number 1, do you think Roderick is correct? And number 2, if he is correct, which 2 should we choose? Because that is a very open question. All right. Have fun. Any questions or problems, get in touch with me. This should be a good week.